J.D. Vance, is he ready on day one?
No.
Does he what?
Ready on day one, if he has to be.
I've always had great respect for him, and for the other candidates too. But I will say this, and I think this is well documented. Historically, the vice president, in terms of the election, does not have any impact. I mean, virtually no impact.
So not a resounding vote of confidence for Vance. He goes on to basically say, if you like me, you're voting for me. Don't worry about Vance. Vance, one suspects he would not have picked Vance if he knew he was going to be running against Kamala. It was a very, we got it in the bag pick.
Yeah.
This doesn't surprise me. I figured maybe he got better, but I remember with Vance, I was curious, so I took a look.
He's awful.
Yeah, when he was running for Senate, I watched him because with the book and with the backstory, I said, well, is this guy really going to be able to seize the mantle of MAGA right-wing populism? And he's not a natural. He is not a natural. I thought that when he was running for Senate, he hasn't improved.
No, I'm in Ohio, so I'm very familiar with J.D. Vance, and he's awful. And he is, I mean, completely not that it matters, because Trump wasn't qualified, Kamala's not qualified. I think qualifications have been thrown out the window at this point. It doesn't matter what kind of experience or any kind of resume that you may have. But he's very young, new to the game, and I think that's why they like him. He's very malleable. He's also Peter Thiel's puppet. So that's a big part of it. The PayPal mafia has very much got their finger in their hand in that nominating process. I think I'm not sure that was really a Trump decision to begin with. I think that that's clear by the way that you hear him talk about it. I don't think that was necessarily a Trump decision. But yeah, JD Vance is, I mean, he's irrelevant because he's just going to be vice president. And we all know how important the vice president is. But the idea that
under Trump.
Yeah. And the idea that, like, you know, Trump is old. So, I mean, the idea that he is literally one heartbeat away from the presidency is really something. But yeah, he sucks. He's always sucked.
Yeah, I think also, though, Trump has a pattern of surrounding himself with people who don't have any charisma or particular talent in front of the camera because he doesn't want to be outshone.
Yes, 100%.
I have always said, if he had allowed Steve Bannon to be his Karl Rove, if his ego had not been too big to have someone in the White House who was getting that much press, that's really what it came down to, I think. He didn't like that Bannon makes headlines. He'd be in his second term right now. Bannon,
I think if he knew that it was Kamala, I think he would have chosen Tulsi Gabbard.
Gabbard would have been the smart play.
That would have been
the smart play.
Perfect.
Especially now with Kamala, it would have neutralized a lot of that. And she had a critique of Kamala that he can't use, because a lot of the best critiques of Kamala are from the left.
Yeah.
That she kept people locked up beyond their sentence.
Hid evidence that would have exonerated people, kept people in prison to, you know, maintain the labor program, basically slavery. But yeah, and I mean, Tulsi Gabbard eviscerated her in like 42 seconds. It was over.
He could have had it both ways. They could have gone after her as being a radical, and Tulsi could have gone after her as being an overzealous prosecutor. But he went for Vance.
Please clap.